Hello and greetings from Canada. I am Dr. Armenda Hawkins, PhD, Vancouver best-selling murder mystery author. And today, I will explain to you the anatomy of a perfect murder mystery plot twist, mastering the art of suspense. So, like and subscribe if you love to master your skills. Look at this scene. A millionaire is found dead in his locked study. The window is open, muddy footprints lead away, and the victim's business partner was seen arguing with him last night. Who did it? The partner, obviously. It's too obvious. And that's the trap. Now look again. See the coffee cup? It's still steaming hot, 3 hours after the murder was supposed to have happened. The killer is still in the house. You didn't miss the clue. Your brain was trained to miss it. The best plot twists don't lie to you. They make you lie to yourself. The psychology of misdirection. As a writer, I'm obsessed with one question. Why do smart readers miss obvious clues? The answer is in neuroscience, and it's called inattentional blindness. When your brain decides the business partner is the killer, it creates a mental spotlight. Everything that fits that theory, the footprints, the argument, becomes bright and important. Everything that doesn't, like that steaming coffee cup, literally becomes invisible. Your visual cortex stops processing it. Great mystery writers weaponize 3 cognitive biases. 1. Confirmation bias. We give you one loud, juicy suspect early, so you start building his case for us. 2. Cognitive load. We overwhelm you with timeline details, alibis, and red herrings, so your working memory is too full to notice the one tiny anomaly. 3. The schema violation. We make you assume the butler found the body. But what if the butler's 911 call is too perfect? Too rehearsed? The twist isn't a new fact. It's a new interpretation of a fact you already had. That's why a great twist feels like a gut punch. The fair play framework. So how do you write a twist that feels inevitable yet surprising? I use my fair play framework. It's a rule I never break. Here's a draft sentence. John left the party early. It's useless. Here's the final version. John left the party early, his coat bulging strangely over his left pocket, saying he needed air. Same action. But now I've hidden the murder weapon in plain sight. You saw the coat bulge, but you filed it away as weird detail. After the reveal, you smack your forehead. You think, of course, it was there all along. The golden ratio is 90-10. For 90% of the book, the clue must have a perfectly innocent explanation. For the last 10%, it has only one explanation. Guilt. Case study. The gold standard. Spoiler warning for Agatha Christie's The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. For 90 years, this has been the gold standard. Christie tells the entire story through the killer himself, Dr. Shepherd. We trust him completely because he's our narrator. How does she hide it? She uses your brain's laziness. Shepherd never lies. He just omits. He says, "I did what little had to be done." You assume he means comforting the family. Later you realize he meant moving the body and hiding the weapon. She didn't trick you with plot. She tricked you with perspective. The narrator was the unreliable camera lens. Your brain wants to be fooled. That's the joy of mystery. So let's test you. Here's your prompt. A detective finds a victim's diary. The last entry says, "I am so happy he finally forgave me." Who is the killer? Write your one-sentence twist in the comments below. I will personally reply to the most psychologically devious ones. And if you want my complete blueprint for engineering this kind of misdirection, check the link in the description. If you loved decoding how your brain gets tricked, you need my complete system. My book breaks down 100+ psychological misdirection techniques with templates you can steal for your own novel. Click the link in the description to get it now on Amazon. And drop your twist for the diary puzzle. I'll feature the best one next week.